All right, so here is me working on 100% agave again, Puro de agave. I'm just gonna play through it. I did a little bit of changes. Offline, I just changed the backs of these cards so that it was spelled right, and um, on the recording, I did some changing here. Let's go ahead and get ready to play a little bit. So let's put this in here for turn order. Let's go ahead and get these in here. We'll put these in here for turn order. We'll get our piñas ready. That's interesting. It lined up. Well, the first set lined up, and then looks like to have ripe ones, it's going to take a while to get to them. Cool. And then we'll go ahead and do these, and then we'll set it up. We pull 6 of these. 4, 5, 6. The 2 5s. Boom. 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 Okay, those are ready. We'll go ahead and get the vent ready. Okay, that's an extra water, regular rainwater. Let's get their persona decks. Their persona, they go green this way, which puts their green this here, puts that blue there. They'll figure out these in a second. And this one goes there. And we'll go over here, get their persona. Basically, it's an asymmetrical start. This puts a purple in this area. And make sure that gray starts there. Bosses are in the right spot. And then we've got to set these up in a second. The planning deck allows them to have better cubes and the ability to strive for a interesting bonus tile. That's going to be where, like in a roguelike, you would do, like if you want to build a certain kind of build, this would allow you to do that. It's going to be way more interesting later on as the game develops, but right now I've got a basic idea of what we're going to do. And as we develop it, they'll start narrowing the strategies or broadening them out, just depending on what it needs to be. So let's find out the turn order real quick. Boom, boom. Red, blue goes first. So let's say they look at these. This bottom thing is a pattern that they have to achieve. It's not going to make a whole lot of sense right now, but just trust me whenever I say that this one is easier than these two. And this bonus, basically you have to make that pattern to get that bonus. And that's a pretty good bonus. Although the overtime bonus is pretty damn cool too. We're going to go for this one though, the plus. And I'll explain what that means later, maybe. So they get this, and this gives them 2 bonus cubes. Cubes are like resources that you would spend. They're more like a mental resource or a physical resource. Different ones mean different things. Basically, like the green ones are more physical, and then you go to the blue, is going to be more mental, and the red and the purple are somewhere in between. Let's see. This purple one's pretty easy to do, and this bonus is pretty cool. And it gives us a purple at -1. That -1 means, see this little thing here, this says whenever it makes a purple cube, it starts here, but these are at -1. So it gave me a purple one at 3, and then we're going to get a blue one at 4. Because we normally get a blue one at 5, but we're doing it at -1. These numbers are really important because we have a calendar. Basically, when we use a resource, it'll spend an amount of days. Like this, to use this purple one, it's going to take 3 days in our calendar. We're only dealing with this month, and this takes 3 days out of the month to just use that. So we know the things that we have. Whenever these slide up to use them, because we use them, we slide them up and we put them here to know that we're going to use them. They'll trigger bonuses. This one is, it'll trigger that bonus plus what's ever in this spot Of course, you can cover up that bonus, and it would be 1 1. You pick the bonus. In this case, you would use that. You'd get that and that one. And if you cover it up, then you can just choose one of the three. You can always cover that up and go, oh, I can get this or that. Notice that there's slots all the way through. This one gives you a free VP. We'll call this overtime. And this one gives you whatever the first slot plus the overtime. So we're going to put this arrow. This arrow, basically pick a cube, go to the right to make the cube days smaller. And that'll make sense later. But boom, we'll put that, which is to generate a cube. That's a money. That's a idea like a light bulb. And then this is a book. If you notice in the top corner, this says no gray cubes. So that means when this gray cube slides up and you use a gray cube, it's a wild, but it doesn't trigger these bonuses. So it'll trigger any of these. It doesn't have the no smoking sign, but it'll trigger all but these. So the gray is amazing because it does make it is wild, but it does suck because it doesn't use these, and it starts in the 6th slot. So that means that if you look on your calendar, you've got 5 days in the middle, Monday through Friday, which are cool. On Saturday, you can get overtime, but that gives you 3 sad face. If you work on Sunday, the day you would normally go to church, that's 4 freaking overtime. So you don't like to work on Sundays. You'd rather work on Saturdays. By 1 unhappy. Okay, so this 6, so it'll overhang, and 1 day will go into unhappy, and you'll just kind of see that. Okay, so they're set up. We're going to set this one up similar. Put that there. We'll put one of these here. I don't know what the ideal setup is. We'll do that. Boom. Okay, I think we're ready to go, except yellow's first. So yellow has this token. It's worth 3 check marks. We're doing area control. Check marks are like dudes on a map. That's 2 dudes on a map versus 3 dudes on a map. 2 dudes on a map, but plus 2 points. So that would make one of these worth 2 points. This one right here is worth 8 points plus another 2 for the card difficulty. So 8 for the first spot, 9, 10. If you have the most check marks, if you have the second most, 4, 5, 6. If you have the least check marks, 2, 3, 4. If you have less than 3rd place, then you would get none. If you could put that here, which you can't, 2-player starts here. You can choose one of these 2 spots within a 2-player game. These are the things they want to get done. So first player's got to choose between one of these 2. Which one do they want? And do they want to put 3 dudes, or do they want to put 2 dudes on a thing? Go here and we'll put 3 dudes. Bam. Currently, if they were to win this one, it would be 3, 4, 5, 6 for first place, and 5 and 4 for respective places. If this one gets done before this one gets done and it slides here to important, then it's worth 8, 9, 10, 11. So ideally, yellow wants to get this one done first and get a big place on here. Blue, on the other hand, might not think that's cool. So blue's going to go over here. Blue can get one of these 2 spots. This one's already taken, so he's got to take this spot. He's got to decide, does he want 3 victory points? 3, or does he want the 2 plus 2? He thinks that this is plenty of time to get more check marks on there, so he's going to try to fatten it up. And he starts with the advantage of having 2 check marks on there. Let's see. We'll go ahead and stop there and finish this play either later on tonight or tomorrow. I've got to make a phone call. But that's the start of playing a game. All right. Let's go ahead and save it. TQPOC. PROC. Save. Cool. We'll stop there. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll get back at this here in a few.